Hello, my name's Scott Perry. I'm a professional magician and this is a magic review.
It's a kind of magic.
Today we're talking about Crazyman Split by Henry Harrius. The TLDR on this is that it's really good, it's really interesting, it's a fun trick, and it's a nice component to a larger rubber band routine. So it's a rubber band trick. I recommend it for the price. I think it's value for money. I think Henry is teaching you something that you are probably going to use, that looks good, and that is practical. That's the TLDR. If you like the look of it, just go out and buy it now. Don't even bother watching the rest of this review. Actually, scrap that, because I'm doing a giveaway of Crazyman Split in this video at the end, so actually stay tuned and you could win yourself a free copy of Henry's download. But more about that at the end of this review. What is Crazyman Split? Crazyman Split is, and I'll put a little bit of footage up on the screen to show you exactly while I'm explaining. It's a method of taking a single rubber band and literally quite visually splitting it into two rubber bands. That's essentially what the trick is. You do get taught a little bit more, but we'll go on to that in a moment. The Crazyman Split itself is two variations of splitting one rubber band in possibly quite visually into two. And then there's a couple of other things, methods, tricks, extras taught on the download as well. And that is other rubber band stuff, which I'll explain in a moment in What Do You Get. But that's essentially what it is. It's a 20-minute download that teaches you the effect that you've just seen on screen. What do you get, or what do you receive with Crazyman Split? It is, as I say, a 20-minute download. Henry has recorded this in very high quality. It's a studio performance, and there's some over-the-shoulder camera angles. It's very clear, it's very thorough. The instructions are in English, but if your English is not very good, then you can definitely follow along with this, even without the audio. I think you will be able to get what Henry is teaching. So what else do you get with it other than the two variations of the split? The first split is in your hands, where you split the rubber band into two. Second is where you cut through it with your finger and that splits into two. The other two things that you receive with this download is what Henry calls the band explosion, which is where you hold a rubber band here and then it explodes into just like a lot of rubber bands, a huge stack of rubber bands that you're holding at your fingertips. There's two variations on how to do it, but both variations or both methods achieve the same effect. They both achieve the band explosion. They're just two variations of the same thing. So that's what you receive with Crazyman Split. Top-notch teaching, two methods of visually splitting a single rubber band, and also two variations of making one band explode into a whole bunch of bands. That's what you get, but how easy is it? I would say that this is probably an intermediate magic trick. It's definitely not easy. You definitely can't watch the video instructions and do it straight away. It's going to take some practice. And then also the fact that in the instructions, Henry kind of says that this is his opener to go into a routine where he uses Crazyman's handcuffs, which is not taught on the download. So you will have to already know how to perform Crazyman's handcuffs. But to be fair, it's taught everywhere on the internet, because apparently no one cares about where magic secrets are taught these days. But that is something for another video, not a review show. So yes, you don't get taught Crazyman's handcuffs. It is not necessarily a trick on its own, so you will need some skill, and like I say, some intermediate skill, and you will need to already know Crazyman's handcuffs, really to get the most out of this download. If you do know Crazyman's handcuffs, I think it's brilliant. I do think that this really adds to the routine. It gives you something else to perform and make it into a fuller, more entertaining, rounded routine. But you will need to practice it. So it's by no means self-working. It's not incredibly difficult, but it is, or can be, when you're learning a little bit fiddly, you will need to build up some of the muscles in your fingers, and it's going to take a little bit of time to be able to perform it naturally. So I would put this at an intermediate level magic trick. And the reset time, I think, reflects this as well. Henry does, in the teachings, take you through basically a routine that in performing the routine, you reset yourself for walk around performances, for bars, restaurants, I don't know, nightclubs, wherever you're going to be performing this. He does teach you a full routine with the exception of the Crazyman's Handcuffs section, where you end up completely reset, ready to go again for another group of people instantly. So it is somewhat instant reset if you perform the routine that Henry shows you. But the Crazyman Split itself, if you're just going to split a rubber band, that is not instant reset. You know, a hand will have to go into your pocket, and yeah, it's not quite instant. It's very quick. The reset is very quick, but not instant. So just a maybe 5-10 second get ready. That's presuming you already have rubber bands on you in the first place. But yes, fairly quick reset time. The angles are okay on this, definitely 180 degrees in front of you. Depending on how well you can perform this and depending on your hands as well, you will be able to get away with this 360 degrees. And then I think some people might struggle with that. If you have really thick, fleshy fingers, it will be easier to get away with a 360-degree performance. You will need just a little bit of audience management, but the angles are very good pretty much all around for Crazyman Split. Pocket space is very good as the price. So Crazyman Split is literally just 2 rubber bands. That's it, unless you're going to perform the band explosion. Henry does take you through his routine where he carries actually a bunch of rubber bands on him, and that kind of instantly resets him in the way that he teaches you and the instructions, which I think is very good. And you perhaps may not have thought of performing it the way that he shows you of performing it, so it's a great resource for sure. But yes, the pocket space is just a couple of rubber bands. Or a few rubber bands if you're going to perform it exactly the way Henry teaches you. So pocket space is very minimal. My final thoughts on Crazyman Split is it's really good. If you already perform rubber band magic, which of course it's a popular area of magic to perform, then I would say go for this. It's at very least a very interesting method and kind of not trick in itself, but it's a very interesting add-on to rubber band routines, and maybe it will inspire you to start working with rubber bands. Definitely recently, my last review being Crazy Sam's Handcuffs, so go and watch that if you haven't already. I recommend that as well. So that also with Crazyman Split, which we're talking about in this video, it's definitely given me some enthusiasm, renewed enthusiasm for working a little bit with rubber bands. So I'm going to explore that and see what I can do. And maybe it will have that effect on you as well. So if you already perform rubber bands, it's a great thing to add to your set. Also, it might not be the method that you think. It wasn't the method that I thought. So it might surprise you as well. If you don't perform with rubber bands, then it might encourage you to start working with them. Also, one more really important point before we get to the giveaway. On the download, Henry does suggest using size 16 rubber bands. So these are size 19, and they are a little bit big. So for me is what I'm going to say. So if you have really big hands, really big, manly, burly hands, you could definitely perform this quite easily with size 19 rubber bands. However, if you're like me and you're a smaller guy, or you're a child or a teenager or anything like that, then you are definitely going to want size 16 rubber bands. If the rubber bands are too small, you are not going to be able to perform it either. So there is an optimal size for the rubber bands to perform this with. You cannot just perform this like with any rubber band you find anywhere. There are ones that will suit your hands better. So you might have to play around a little bit. Hopefully, as a magician, you will have some rubber bands lying around already. But yes, you can't just perform it with small ones or large ones or whatever you want. You have to have ones that kind of suit your hands. That's a really important point. But now, that's pretty much my final thoughts. Let's get on to the giveaway, because I do think this is a great product. I do think the instructions are very thorough and well recorded and well edited and everything. And I do think this download is well worth the money. So yes, let's get on with the giveaway. So the way that this giveaway is going to work, this review is being uploaded on Tuesday the 25th of October. So I'm going to give until Monday, this coming Monday, so from Tuesday 25th of October 2022, I will give you like roughly 1 week until next week, until Monday, and then I will announce the winner in a comment below this video, a pinned comment, and that will have instructions. So the rules of the giveaway are: you need to be subscribed to the channel, you need to press the like button on this video, and you need to leave a comment, preferably a comment, you know, about Crazyman Split, or about this review, or something that you've gained from this review. So that's all you need to do, and I will pick a random winner, and I will put the winner's name in the pinned comment underneath this video, the very first comment, and that will have instructions on what you need to do to claim your completely free copy of the download for Crazyman Split, which has been kindly donated by Vanishing Ink. So that's the review today, Crazyman Split, and good luck with the giveaway. I'll see you in the next video. The next review won't be up until after this giveaway has finished. So this is the only review for the next week. I have been very busy recently, so I haven't done too many reviews. I've been traveling a lot to events. So I hope that's all clear. I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope that it was helpful in guiding you to either purchase or not purchase Crazyman Split. I'll see you in the next one.